It's another criticism of one of stefbot's ideas. I still like stefbot in general, even though he's kind of a jerk sometimes, I think, in debates. Anyway. He still has a lot of good ideas, but he uses this individualist argument. And I like individualism in general, and there's a lot of straw mans of individualism. Like, there's an argument against individualism that I think is just stupid. The whole individualism is wrong because everyone affects everyone else. This is true. That doesn't mean that individualism is wrong. Individualism is sort of the idea that each person individually has rights. Therefore, you can't like sacrifice a group or force individual members to do things against their will for the group's benefit. That seems to be the idea. But there's one argument for individualism that Stefan Molyneux uses that I'm unsure of. It's the forest analogy. The forest analogy goes like this. Imagine a forest. There's trees in it. And this analogy works for the forest. Basically, there's no such thing as a forest. A forest is simply a representational word like inch. Like, there's no such thing as an inch. But there is, there's distances, An inch is just like a way we represent distance. So like a forest is just a bunch of individual trees. And a forest is a way that word is just the way we represent lots of trees. So his argument is that groups don't exist because groups are just a way to represent individual people. Right? So like only individuals exist, and there's no such thing as group. A group is just a way of describing lots of individuals together. And I get the idea. I get where he's coming from, but I need more than that. Only because trees don't really affect each other. No, one tree falls down, whoop-de-doo. There's no tree bankers conspiring to fuck all the other bankers, fuck all the other trees, try to steal all the other trees' stuff. There isn't government trees or criminal trees. Trees don't affect each other, is what I'm trying to get at. So it's why I'm still not. I need a little bit more argumentation than the tree analogy, because I see how forests don't really exist, that they just represent individual trees. But I have a harder time when it comes to people, because people affect each other so much. And our personalities, we don't just create our own personalities. Our personalities are mostly amalgamations of our cultures and the groups we're in. And our beliefs often come from our groups. So it seems like the idea of groups although they don't really make sense for trees, they do make sense to a point with people. That's why I'd almost say when it comes to individualism and collectivism, that maybe I'm such an Aristotelian when it comes to golden memes, that really it's a golden meme type thing. Individualism is true to a point and collectivism is true to a point. It's just that neither one of them are true to the extreme. So I'm not willing to accept collectivism to the point where individuals don't really exist, only the state or the nation or the group. So it's okay to take away some people's rights for the good of the group. But I'm not willing to accept the idea that groups don't exist at all. Because I don't think that people exist as individuals 100%. I think they're partially individuals, they partially have the ability to choose who they are, but they're so affected by the groups that they're in. Their material substance, their material conditions affected by the groups that they're in. Who they are as a person's affected by the groups that they're in or the ideas they come across. But they are individuals to a point because they do have choice. They do have some wiggle room. They have enough wiggle room to be considered individual people with individual rights. I might have to do a video on rights because rights is a very vague. When I say rights, I simply mean you shouldn't I can still consider it wrong to invade their liberty, so to speak, even if it was considered by the greater good. So that's sort of my view. And this kind of thing right here is why Cobra Jones says I don't count as a real libertarian. I guess I don't. He's right if libertarian refers to like the ideological right-wing libertarian, because I'm not really a perfect right-wing libertarian anymore. I do my own thing, I guess you could say. Especially since I've become more of a left libertarian. So I hope I'll do a video in the future on that too. But yeah, that's my view. The forest analogy, I see the argument, I see the reasoning, it just isn't strong enough for me. So please leave video responses and comments down below about individualism versus collectivism, Stefan Molyneux's forest analogy, and what you think about this whole thing. Yes, thank you.